stress. Call 911 on my killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in the red dress.
Joined by TW on co-commentary. TW, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing absolutely amazing. I am ready for an excited game. I am ready for a game for a game between CCG and RVNG. What is
Revenge Nation.
Yeah, sorry, Revenge Nation today, and it's going to be an exciting one since I've seen both of these teams are doing pretty good here in ESEA Advanced.
Yes, this is the start of the season 48 season, and we're going to head over to our rosters here. And your starters for Revenge Nation are MST, Dova, Mooseflies. Shout out to Mooseflies. 2-6 and Karn CS. And of course, your CCG Esports starting roster are none other than Floor Idiot, JJ Chinchilla, Jay Casper, Corin, and Trip. Now, TW, CCG Esports fans are going to be like, who is this Jay Casper person? Well, SRY unfortunately is no longer with CCG Esports, and Jay Casper has stepped up and stepped in for SRY, so he is the new 5th starter.
It's going to be very exciting to see what Jay Casper can bring us today. Seeing them bring in a change today, seeing them immediately play with that change, it's going to be a question mark to see if that change will perhaps elevate them to win this game.
Absolutely. And we are starting off here with a knife round, so this did take the full 10 minutes to connect for both of these teams here. You can see that, unfortunately, only 4 members from Revenge Nation right now are just hanging out inside the server, as we do have a knife round underway. And here they come. It is going to be... I can't believe I'm casting a knife round.
Yeah, I don't know what we should be doing here. Should we just be wrapping? Oh, a little backstab.
That's okay.
Okay, wait a second.
Corin literally backstabbing somebody. Literally stabbing them in the back.
I mean, they know them more. They know them more than the CT, so they can just overrun them, use their manpower, win that knife round.
Was very, very nice. So, 5-on-2 right now. It's a knife round again. They're just waiting, I think. I think both teams are really playing that respect factor as much as they can. There you go, and there's the last player to connect. And here we go. Our illustrious producer, if we could hit that X button and turn that X-ray on, that would be amazing, please. This is being produced by none other than AppCon. Thank you, appreciate that. We got the X-ray on for you all. We got TW on commentary. I'm WXFan21. Welcome to the first game for CCG Esports here in Season 48 of ESEA. They are playing in advanced, so this is a fight to make the ESL Challenger League next season. And with that win, no surprise here, TW, they are starting off on the T side of CCG Esports. As we know, this is a heavy T-sided map.
Yeah, and we immediately see a heavy hold from the CT side. Oh, Khan immediately with a peek. Corin's gonna be taken down, but Jay Casper is there because Khan just oversteps a bit. But there's a lot more CT players hanging around. And it's seeming like the T's are starting to make their way over towards A, and that could be a very good guess, since it's looking like all of these CTs are not going to be baiting into anything. They're not even moving just yet.
And here we go. Now it looks like we see a little bit of a lean over here towards Canals. Looks like they're leaning over towards the A-bomb site. And it is going to be an attack here on the A-bomb site. Let's see what happens here. So they have control of A, easy bomb plant.
And they have a man in their favor. The bomb is already starting to tick down. Mid is clear. Ona can give that call out to his team. And Floridian is going to be holding the line. Once he gets contact, the rest of his team is going to be peeking out here. Ona is the first one with contact. Flick onto Floridia. J Casper immediately taking 2 back 3 for him. And Tinchilla is the last one to clean it up. And that's a clean round for CCG taken.
Massive round for CCG there. Nice quad kill for J Casper as well. I already talked about it at the beginning here. We see that J Casper stepping in fast RY this season, already showing his worth. Quad kill in the pistol round to start. Look at that. TW almost 400 damage as well. And here we go. The buy round's out. We do have the AK for J Casper. Why not? The man earned it. Couple of Mac 10s as well. Interesting choice, choosing not to get those Galils, opting for a little bit more utility.
Yeah, and an immediate eco coming out from the CT side. Usually you see the CT side buying up since their economy is just so expensive in that second round. They have to buy that armor, they have to buy an expensive gun. Even a kit will just cost so much later on, and it might just cost them as Corin is farming up. Corin is just getting in there. Floridian one as well. The Mac 10s are just eating him up. But MST is there with one from the Deagle. Trade now getting replaced. Brings up one as well. And MST with a second.
$600 each. Mac 10 kill. Farm up that money the most that you can. Corin with the avatar of him wanting to be this triumphant, I don't know what you would want to call it, general? Interesting photo there. Call him a general, why not? Gonna start making things up, and it is gonna be a save here. We're trying to play for exits at this point. No big deal there. You see the player from the other team there of Revenge Nation getting away. Does keep the Eagle. Probably would have loved to be able to get a little bit more there. TW probably would have loved to take away one of those 2 rifles.
Yeah, but I feel like he would have either had to go for a kill. The Mac 10s were on the ground, so the CCG did manage to trade out those fallen Mac 10s or fallen guns out for the better guns in the end. MST, the peak for him just wasn't quite there. I feel like if he would have gone for a peak, it would have just cost him his life, and he just knows to stay out of there.
Yep, first quote-unquote buy round we see here from Revenge Nation, but look at this, TW. We have a couple of MP9s, so even though it is the first gun round, if you want to call it that, yikes, the buy is not good for them here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call this an ugly buy. 2 MP9s? One of them doesn't have any armor, look at that.
And one of the MP9s is holding mid. That is not one of the guns
That must be his mistake.
Holding that long angle.
Hold up a sec, that must be a mistake. He still has 1,000 left in the bank. He has an MP9 but no armor. Huh?
Lay whoops?
Uh-oh. That might just cost you a round.
Possibly. Floor idiot though. Mac 10. This is perfect for one of these short ranges here towards B connector. Jake, ooh! Apparently I spoke a little too soon there about the MP9. Look at that long range damage onto J Casper. Taking him down a little bit, but J Casper will get the better of MST. And here comes Corin from B connectors. Got one, has the second. Now entry onto the B bomb site is good. Moose flies. Now, what can Moose Flies do coming in from this connector position? Is he going to be the factor here? It's going to be Moose Flies versus Trip in connector. Hanging out right now. Trip going to be able to get him first. And Moose Flies gets the better of Trip. Trip, one of the stars for the CCG Esports roster. Moose Flies is going to get an AK and is going to retreat. It's going to be 3-0 in favor of CCG Esports.
Yeah, and that all came down to that CCG pinch that they just managed to deliver so well over towards that water area. It was just trades after trades after trades, but eventually it went into the way of CCG, and no matter how many bodies Revenge Nation threw at it, it going CCG's way opened up the entire B bomb side, and eventually Revenge Nation just were locked out of it, and they couldn't do a single thing in order to get back in.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part there. But again, we are starting to see why this map in CS2 specifically, right now in the current meta of the game, is so heavily T-sided. I played this game in Pugs and I'm like, T-sided map. And then you realize, okay, 7 to 5 CTs. When you're playing a true team against team game, when you know your lineups, you know your utility, and it's not a Pug, this is a heavily T-sided map, which quite frankly, TW, it's very refreshing to see in the map pool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely refreshing to see a map that is different from all the others, that has a different playstyle, that also delivers to that T side, because every single map in this game seems to be CT sided. It always seems to be going towards the CT side, and now having a map that on this level, on this high level, is so T sided, it's so nice to see.
Yeah, we see pro teams dominating this on the T side as well. There's so many nuances to both sides. The uniqueness of the double mid, the closeness of B, and how many angles there are, just alone playing around a center pillar, like on Ancient. But the pillar's even bigger. You get the back plat, you get Palace. And just look at this now, a 3-man push through A main. Again, there's so many uniquenesses here. There's no way Revenge. Surely they have an easy kill, right?
Yeah,
I meant Trip surely has an easy kill. Let me rephrase what I was saying. And Trip, you don't need to burn your own molly, my dude.
Oh no, he just spots him going by J Casper there, but this is flank. Wait, hold up. Trip still manages to get Orna somehow, even though Kana is placed up for that crossfire. Or MST it was. No
Did I not
way.
say this before, TW? That Chip is like one of the superstars on this team? I've seen him play games last season where he can single-handedly change the course of a game. Nice flash from Moose Flies, but can't connect.
And that one kill just changes the course of this round. This would have been a 3-on-3 and equal retake situation, but now with a 2-on-3, MST is just left all alone. Chinchilla is already pushing in close. Is he gonna overstep?
MST's gonna hear that.
And MST's ready. Yeah, MST is ready for that. And equalizes it a bit, but I don't like that molly. Corin's ready for the angle.
Now 1v2, this is very doable. No utility though. Spots one, might have spotted the second. There's the shoulder peek. Trying to catch him off guard. Yes, we see Corin and his teammate just playing so well. And there it is. Can't even save the AKTW. Again, a beautiful round from CCG. Heck, MVP of that round has Trip.
Yeah, it must be Trip. It must be Trip, because him going so aggressive, or him just holding that lurk, it's very Robs-like. It reminds me of Robs, where he just holds an aggressive lurk. He reads it perfectly. What Revenge Nation is gonna do? That delivers him the first kill, and then he reads that another one was pushed up. He flashes. He doesn't even get the flash onto MST, I think it was. But still, he somehow breaks that crossfire. He somehow gets that kill, and that easily has him that round.
And Trip's ego grew 3 sizes that day, being compared to the current number 3 ranked player, or the best player in 2023.
I mean,
no Trip. CCG Esports does not have the extra money to pay you Rops money. We are sorry.
You can see it in his playstyle. Trip has been watching those boats. Oh my, okay, Casper. Okay,
Casper Ace.
Okay.
We're just over here hanging out, just talking about Trip on the last round because it was an eco trying to do something. And Jay Casper over here popping out an ace. Jay Casper, I think, is north of 10 kills at this point, and it's only round number 6.
And it was an eco ace. It was an eco ace.
That doesn't make the ace any less pretty.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it against these players, to be honest.
And that is why I cast. I played a game of Ancient before this. It didn't go so well. I love playing the game, but I love casting. I think maybe even more. This game is so much fun. And Floor Idiot, the first time was saying his name this game.
Yeah, that is a lead shot and a half. Now we see these cities having to go a bit aggressive. Immediately, the AWP has to go for a response over towards mid.
This would be the point of
It's
the
nothing
time
bad.
that the Face It link would say use exclamation point report to report a teammate or an opponent. My goodness, floor idiot! Exclamation point report for being too damn good. As Ornate Rope, nice name. Ornate Rope gets just don't. This is just pure dominance from CCG right now. Like there is nothing that the Revenge Nation has been able to get going here so far at TW.
Exactly. I think it's time for Revenge Nation to take another one of those timeouts and to perhaps think about their game plan, because currently it's stale. It's very stale. MST, even that one, it seems so hard to get. But I feel like for this Revenge Nation side, what they need to start doing a bit is play around more with their rotates. Try to play more for info. Currently, they're really heavy in terms of push. Either they decide to do a 3-man push towards A, like we saw earlier on, that just absolutely got obliterated, or they just lose a man in the beginning of the round, this round, and then the T side slowly just groups up and then decides to take a side. They're not being active enough with the rotates once they've lost a player. They need to start working for something once they've lost a player. They need to get some info about where these T's are. They cannot just let them run over them like they are currently doing.
Well, I appreciate that. I was literally going to ask you for a breakdown to see what Revenge Nation could do better, but that put it really, really well. Nicely done. I earlier in the cast said shout out to Mooseflies. I think he was one of the players. I casted some of Fragacago for the Fragadelphia folks, and I got a follow from him on Twitter, or them, whatever.
Ooh.
And I said him a good luck before the game started. So shout out to Mooseflies. But CCG right now, as even CCG Twitch chat is already saying exclamation point report from Floor Idiot's kill. This is just another eco round here, and you would have to think that something has to change. Do you cancel stack a site? Like there aren't even a lot of like. Is it bad of me to say there aren't a lot of trades here? But hold on.
Hold up.
Eco round falls on the wayside. Up trip green, and an eco round is how Revenge Nation start the revenge game for them and get their first round on the board.
Yeah, and I can immediately break down why that round went so well for Revenge Nation. They were on an eco round, so they just played heavy on the rotates. They got info that CCG was over towards the B side. They gambled. They immediately just gambled. Put all men towards B. Play all men over there. Just chip all of your bets over there, or put all of your chips on black or on green or whatever. But they made sure that they got a lot of players over towards where CCG were gonna push, and they easily got the trades.
Yeah, that was really nice. And again, you said this last round. And again, that was nice. You said this last round. Exactly what they needed to do. They played heavy on the rotates. But this time, they really played off each other on the B-bomb site. No one got scared. People kept their composure. I think the composure is another thing that we haven't talked about enough yet. Is the composure that finally Revenge Nation in round 7 were able to show. No one got scared, no one over-rotated, no one got on a different angle. They played off of each other really well. Already starting in here, MST, I feel like we're saying his name a lot already. MST taking out trip, now it's a 4v4. Mooseflies though with that op. Has one, can't get the second. 2-6 there to get the trade. This is what you want to see if you're a Revenge Nation fan right now. You want to see them playing off of each other like this. Now 2v2, MST. Again, one of the only two left for this Revenge Nation team. One's going to come in. The uniqueness of this coming in from the back of A over here towards Heaven. Chinchilla's ready for him, but can't get it. Karn CS will have the kill, and Corin will be heard. Corin gets the kill, though. Now Corin versus MST in a 1v1. MST barrel spotted. Corin knows exactly where he is. Can CCG get their 7? It's up to Corin, and Corin pulls off a 1v2 clutch.
What a play by Corin. 6 HP, and he defends himself from the last two. Oh, Corin finding himself at double digits already, only 8 rounds in. I'm gonna have to say that just came down to the trade game towards the end, and Corin just absolutely delivers with him just being able to carry themselves through it. But again, you
Yeah.
saw Revenge Nation have a chance in that round. You saw them get close, and that was off the back of them being a bit more fluid with their rotates. You saw 3, 1 over towards mid, 2 over towards B, one of them, or 2 over towards A, I mean, one of them was the AWPer. That AWPer just needs to get a bit more proactive. It needs to switch around sides a bit more. And that's what we're currently seeing. Moosefly's already backs off from that position.
You also got to take this into account too. You see that like I think something that can't be understated here. If that's even the right word. This is game 1 for CCG. It's game 1 for Revenge Nation. I didn't check before we started. Maybe Revenge Nation had a roster change or two, or maybe it's a new roster for them, right? Like this is everyone's feeling each other out. This is the first in-game official action for at least CCG, maybe Revenge Nation. People are starting to feel each other out. The synergy. Maybe you have to work up some new stuff. Maybe you tried new strategies that you just have to figure this out. And it's like, you know what? These new strategies we worked on are not working. Let's go back to the old playbook for this game. Continue to work on the new strategies and scrims. But now you get 2 picks over towards A. Double man advantage for the side of Revenge Nation. CCG Esports coming in from B long right now. Here comes Shrimp. Here comes Chinchilla.
They almost found that gap.
I think that was Casper.
I'm gonna have to say they almost found that gap, but with those kills going in the way of Revenge Nation, it's all over. Jay Casper, 1 to his name, but I just don't see any way he's gonna get spotted.
No way.
Okay, wait a sec. Hold on.
No. He wanted to try the knife, dude. I get it. It's 7-1 at that point, but the knife. I think he was out of ammo.
Yeah.
With both the op and the Glock.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say, when CS2, with CS2, in CS2 WX, this is not CSGO where you have 15 rounds to play with on each side.
Nope.
You do not have that luxury. So 7-2, a second one is already good here for Revenge Nation. If they can manage to pull this one back, you already see it on the CCG side. 2 MAC-10s that they have to buy in here with. An MP9 though on that Revenge Nation side, that is one thing that kind of equalizes it a bit, but an AWP as well. An AWP can give him a lot of utility, or can be very useful in a round like this.
But the interesting thing here too is, TW, that even though we are in the new MR12 format, what we're going to see, and we'll talk a little bit more about it when CCG get to their CT side, we're seeing in this meta a few more force buys because, again, you don't have that extra 3 rounds. If you're a CT, you go, hey, we're going to double save. You don't have a lot of that luxury here in CS2.
Exactly. Yeah. You really need to, here in CS2, you really need to master that new economy, and a lot of teams still haven't really figured it out. It seems like Revenge Nation do seem pretty comfortable with it at this very moment, but even their economy is pretty breakable. You see 3 of them, or 4 of them, only on triple digits. Only 1 of them is on that quadruple digits. But as well, the same can be said for this for the CCG side, where it's even worse. Both teams are at a breaking point here, and either CCG could be running away with it, or Revenge Nation could perhaps be trying to make a bit of a comeback.
So I think this round, if Revenge Nation bomb gets planted, if they lose this, I think it's going to be because they were starting to over-rotate. There was 1 player up towards back of mid, 1 player in CT spawn. It was very different. And Corin coming on the flank, are you kidding me?
Yeah. I don't know if I was trying to signal it to you with WX. I was trying to signal it to you with, oh my god, look at this.
He's there.
Oh my god, look at this. And he was just completely ignoring it. Oh no.
Corin the general.
The flank, Corin getting that double kill in, and that just completely backstabs the retake.
Twitch chat, let's get hashtag Corin the general going in chat, please.
Yeah, he is just leading the front lines right now.
That was just incredible. Beautiful flank by him. But again, this just kind of goes back to what I was talking about. 10 seconds before, you had CCG take the B bomb site. You had that over-rotate where one was caught in TT spawn, one was caught by back of mid, and there was only one player that was pitting far back in lane. And that's just, you know, bad timing for Revenge Nation. Is right now it's 8-2 now in favor of CCG Esports. And TW, why don't you take it away here, round number 11?
Well, I mean, round number 11. Seeing CCG moving over towards mid. The only hope for Revenge Nation here is if Orna gets a one-tap here. But it doesn't even seem like he's gonna get the opportunity. Oh, wait a second. Trip does go back, but it's Trip in that position. A Trip in the meantime does happen in mid. Oh! Hold up! Orna gets that trap, and now he has an AK. He might have the availability to take an AK, and he has a kit. So a retake might be possible here. 2 AKs in these hands of the CTs. Well, I said it was gonna be over. Yeah, it does seem to be over, but 2 AKs still saved. It's a good bonus for these Revenge Nation players, and maybe even more if Moose finds something with the D gear. But he is already starting to tuck tail.
Yeah, and you can see the, like you said, TW, the save call here. This going into what would be the last round of the half. Chinchilla literally did not care, literally running Mac 10 headshots. The hunting is on. They don't want them saving these rifles. And Floor Idiot's got one, can't get the second.
No.
And down goes the second one. So this kind of goes back to what I was trying to say there, TW, is if you had tried a retake, I understand you don't have kits. I understand you don't have a lot of anything. As you see here, it's a decent buy. It's a really good buy, but it, like you see, Moose Flies doesn't have a lot of utility.
Yeah.
Only 3 kits, 3 armors. If you had at least tried it, maybe you take another rifle away, make and force CCG to invest back in. Maybe it's a Galil instead of an AK. I don't know. For me, I think I would have tried there in round number 11 to at least try a retake.
And WX, I think we see another mistake on this Revenge Nation side in terms of buying armor. Look at this blue player. He doesn't have armor, 750 in the bank, and immediately
and that makes him pay for it.
Yep, it makes him pay for it. Takes him down, and now the B side is going to be opened up. CCG have read it, but Khan is in main. Khan has taken that over, and I think he's got the bomb, if I'm not mistaken. I can't quite read it on the map. Takes over an AK, nade in hand, will take a little bit of damage. Will take down Floridian, and that's a huge bonus, because he was on 1 HP. He didn't have any hope to stay alive. Now Jay Casper has to clutch it up for himself, grabs the bomb, 1 minute left on the clock. Moose Flies has the AWP. On scope, so now he has to make noise if he wants to scope back in, and Jake Casper.
You would have to think Casper heard that scope.
Yeah, no, I'm not quite sure. He unscoped. He switched to the knife, so there was no audio cue after that. I think Jake Casper is just gonna go to the A side, and that's gonna make
this is a fantastic move by Casper.
Yeah, that's gonna make
this is the right call.
Yeah, this will be impossible for Moose Flies unless he turns into Prime Kenny S. He's not. I don't see a way for him to be able to do this. No armor, 50 HP, and all he's got is 1 flash. His utility usage needs to be perfect, or he needs to be Prime Kenny S.
The plus for Moose Flies, if you're retaking a site with an AWP, this is the site.
Yeah. No, look at this. So cheeky from Casper.
Also elects to not pick up the AK that he ran over as well. Didn't want to give away his position. But Casper now ready for it. Casper should have an easy kill here. Ooh, look at Casper. Doing it really well. Playing it good for justice, and that's going to do it. Time is ticking away. The 10-second timer is gone. And it's going to be a 10-2 scoreline at the end of the first half. TW, what did you like from CCG in that half?
Everything. everything. I like how they just try to switch around every single round with their strategy. They weren't stale at all. They read what this Revenge Nation side were trying to do, and eventually the Revenge Nation side were getting a bit more fluid in terms of their rotates. But that didn't bother CCG. CCG still came in with those hard-hitting strats. Eventually, they just decided, okay, we'll play it slow in the beginning of the round, and then we'll all group up, take a side together, and we'll just do an explosive hit. And that was perfect against this Revenge Nation side, because that Revenge Nation side kept on giving away free kills.
They did.
Oh, well, that's a free kill.
Karn CS takes the kill back. Oh, there's Casper. Corin tries. Unfortunately, he's going to get all the info that, hey, everybody's here to admit, but look at Ornate Rope. Look at Rope is now going to be dancing around Trippy Trip. And Trip didn't hear it. Safely down.
Oh.
Trip.
That's a
Okay.
clean one.
Very clean. A nice round. See, there's the execute, but is it too little too late, TW, for Revenge Nation here? They have a 7-round hole they're going to climb out.
I wouldn't quite say so. Remember, we're still on Anubis. Anything could happen on this map, and especially considering that it's a two-side, 2 rounds on CT might have just been enough. Immediately, a force spike coming in from CCG. They seem confident with that 10-round lead that they can close this down right now, right here. A couple of AKs and some Galeos for this Revenge Nation side. And Deagles and MP9s is what CCG.
Chinchilla's playing one of my favorite spots as a CT on B.
This is cheeky. I love the crossfire that you can do, especially from that water hub position. I can't quite remember the call for it. You can do a lot of great stuff over there, but it doesn't even seem like anything is gonna be beating him.
Not at all.
Yeah,
Jay Casper now looking at his feet.
Oh!
Are you floor idiot? Just peeks, shoots, and retreats. Exclamation point! Report in chat, please.
Now the guessing game starts, because now this is the time where CCG know Revenge Nation are gonna group up and they're just gonna go for a side. With 50 seconds left on the clock, Revenge Nation only have 1 player left with utility. In the meantime, Ona has found a kill. That will open up, will give them some breathability over towards the A side. Corin move, flies, finds one as well. It's Khan CS. Takes it down, leaving Floridian all left alone. Feeling like a bit of an idiot in this clutch.
Gonna be an easy save call here as well. So this is exactly what Revenge Nation needs. Again, this is Anubis. This is what you need to see on the T side. It's so T-sided heavy. Also, against the force buy, when it's a 4-man rush into the A, I don't care what map you're on, that's tough.
Yeah, it's very tough. And now the fact that CCG just force-board in the last round is gonna bite them back. It's gonna bite them in the tails. Because this round they have to, next round they have to eco, and the round coming up, yeah, they're gonna have to buy, but then it's gonna be 5-10. Then they're gonna be 1 or 2 buys away or buy runs away from the score being equalized. This round seems weak as well. None of them have money. None of them are able to even afford an upgraded Deagle. So I'm wondering what plan CCG have here. Actually, a couple upgraded pistols. This Revenge Nation side seems adequate towards this B side, where a lot of these CCG players are stacked up.
They're going to walk right into the gamble stack here. 2-0. Ornate does take out Trip. Trip was the one with that CZ to do a decent amount of damage, though. 2-6, ready to come in first here from B Long. Has the Galil in hand, backed up by 2 other teammates. However, one now rotating all the way back into T-spawn, possibly to go pick up the bomb. Here we go. 2-6 enters. Spotted by Chinchilla. Backplat's gonna come out, but 2-6 has 2. Make it 3 for 2-6. Cleans up all of B all by himself. And Corin finds an AK.
Yeah. Well, you know the classic old game. Just gonna be safe now. Just gonna be that good old game time.
I was just gonna say it's game time.
It's game time. Concierge is hunting. He's 11 on 11 HP there, so I don't expect much. Corin doesn't have any armor, so we don't know. Could be caught off guard.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Run, Corin, run!
I mean, yeah, I don't know why he's going so aggressive right here. He doesn't have armor. He knows that these Revenge Nation players might be pushing up.
Flies ready to dust off that boat there. Maybe head out, do a little fishing in between rounds.
Patch themselves some.
I do enjoy a good deep sea fishing expedition.
I've never done that before.
Ton of fun. I'm from the New England area, and I love going out deep sea fishing, catching some fresh haddock, some fresh cod.
We don't really have that too much here in Europe. My dad used to do that. He used to go on a boat and then he used to go eel fishing, I think.
Eel fishing, there you go.
Yeah.
Fishing is relaxing. Oh, Detonate's rating with a party of 8. Thank you, Detonate. Hopefully your stream went well. Hopefully you got the dub. Thank you for the raid. We appreciate it. And right now, TW, 10-5 scoreline. This is the first time we're going to see CCG with a proper bye round here. And again, I feel like this is deja vu all over again. Remember we said this in round 3 or 4 last time about Revenge Nation. It's not the greatest bye, but it is a rifle round.
And what I can repeat as well, they're not being fluid on their rotation rifle. It's costing them one already. Floridian touch down to 25. Casper and Trip find one each, but the side is now opened up as MST and can't find those last 2 players, and now it's just a 2-on-3 retake. Doesn't seem much hope unless J Casper finds an amazing shot here. Well, actually, Corin is left. What did I want?
Can Corin do it again? Can Corin do this again? Ornate, back flash. Corin is taken out. Casper's all that's left here towards lane, and will get taken out by MST. It's a 10-6 scoreline. That hole, that rope has turned into a ladder, and we see Revenge Nation quickly trying to climb that ladder out of the hole to bring this back to a tie game.
Yeah, and there we go. The first time out immediately being used by CCG. They immediately have to rethink and reconsider their plans going forward. That round they didn't have the ore pulled out, so I would like to see them pulling that out in the future. That could perhaps be a game changer for them. But other than that, they need to be more fluid. Again, just like on the other side, what Revenge Nation weren't doing, they need to be more fluid on those rotates. They need to try to search for info around the map. Maybe pop a flash over towards their main, send a player over there, get some info towards mid. Like you can send a AWPer down mid together with a rifler, flash them in there with a third player, and then in the beginning of the round, because in the beginning of the round these teams aren't pushing. You always see a team pushing at about 50 to 40 seconds on the clock. When there's about 50 to 40 seconds, you can make info. You can find out what these T side is doing before they're starting to hit the sites. And currently CCG isn't doing that, and I hope that they're gonna start doing that soon.
Well, we shall see. Right now, this should be 10-7 in favor of CCG still. We have seen 4 rounds in a row. This entire T-sided half has been all Revenge Nation.
Yeah, look at it from Monotone. It might be stepping into the Lion's Den. There's 3 players waiting over towards A. cavalry has arrived. Hornet's Hope immediately finds one, goes into the side. Mooseflies finds one as well. Khan takes down one. And well, all of these T's are supposed to find kills in order to take this one down. MST might have a little teammates coming to him. Chinchilla is the last one to stand. And yeah, there we go, actually.
Teammates.
But now this is the important one. We immediately do see the viability for CCG to go for an operator. We do see an AWP, I'm sorry.
What is this, Valorant?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been playing Valorant today, so yeah. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, we have 2 AWPs actually coming out from CCG. One glass AWP. I'm just gonna fend us away from that conversation.
I'm kidding. Don't play into it.
One glass AWP and one AWP with armor. So that's an interesting pick. But both of them deciding to go, or both of them able to go for full utility. That's one.
So much for the glass cannon.
Oh man, moose flies. That's a freebie and a half.
You could have had the super armor from the operations, and it wouldn't have mattered. That was a nice op shot. So I respect the double op setup from CCG. Unfortunately, not what they want here. But Floor Idiot and Chinchilla holding B. Let's see if they can figure something out here. And you know what? Maybe it's time for a change at the box end. Maybe you switch up and send one of your A-side players B and one B to A. Maybe try something a little bit different. But again, it's just a man disadvantage here at TW. But everyone's still grouped up, except for the one lurker here in MST towards mid. It's a group up towards B long.
This is so cheeky. This is gonna sell the entire. This is gonna sell it all if CCG doesn't hold it. But we do see one of those players getting quite aggressive, so they're gonna hold their B players over towards B. Corin is the first one to find Khan. Oh, only have started to land. If you didn't hear that. Moose Flies does go for the plant. Corin immediately takes another one for him. He's just getting these frags. He is the one that is making the difference for this CCG team. They might be on for an 11. One man advantage for them.
Flow Idiot has a nice amount of damage to the smoke too. Now trying to make it happen. Trip 1v2. Trip versus Moose Flies. It's off versus off. What can happen right here? Moose Flies winning. Moose Flies comes away with the victory in a very close round, but it was towards the end of the bomb plant. So Trip had no choice, needed to try sticking the DPs.
You can just see that Trip is waiting for that smoke to go to fade away so that he can have a shot with his AWP. He was aiming down sights, hoping that the 5-7 was not gonna hit him, but eventually the shots just connected and they just took him down, peppered him down, so to say, bit by bit by bit. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Floridian now immediately going aggressive with one of his teammates. 2-6 is ready for it. 2-6 isn't quite ready for it. Actually, he's taken down, and CCG are gonna be going out of there, but Khan finds one as they tuck tail.
Would you say 2-6 got swept by the Floor Idiot? Huh? I was so trying for
so.
Bad joke. Sorry, chat. I'll just be over here in the corner. TW's get this round, and hopefully Krim won't fire me.
Krim is not gonna fire you. I think you're alright.
I'm kidding. Krim's over lurking in chat. Floor Idiot's got a nice chance here too. Gonna push out with that flash, unfortunately unable to connect. Moose Flies with his AWP in hand. When Nate Rope takes out Trip. But again, this is the lurk. Sorry, this is the lurk over here towards A right now, TW.
Yeah. Good damage coming in from Casper. Corin finds the kill on towards A. And we'll see to the B players. Casper with a second one! He is the difference maker! Casper's the difference maker! I was
2
saying
HP! He had 2 HP!
On 2 HP with the MP9, he just runs him over. What?
2 HP and a triple kill for Casper. changes the fortunes of CCG Esports. They get their first CT-sided round. Beautifully done from Jake Casper. Again, the new addition to this roster, replacing SRY in the offseason. Absolutely beautiful triple from Jake Casper. And $1,800 to boot.
Exactly. He's proving his worth here. That round might kickstart this CT side, but Trip immediately falls. That's not good. You see, CCG I feel like they should have took a timeout after that one. Catch a breather.
Yeah.
Maybe
1-8 rope becoming the elegant rope after taking out Trip there. Upgrading himself.
You immediately see Trip kind of loses the rope. He goes off alone, searching for a mission over towards A, but it's a solo mission. If he would have perhaps had some backup from one of his teammates, it could have perhaps been a little bit more. The trade would have perhaps been available, but now it's a 5 versus 4, and now this A bomb side seems very vulnerable. Corrin is here. Flash comes in. First one taken down, but Corrin eventually gets straight out by Khan. Side is taken, plan coming in, and I feel like CCG have to say.
Yeah, saw Jake Casper having unfortunately out of the back of mid over to the backside of A up towards Heaven, and Karn CS takes out what's left of Chinchilla. But it is going to be a save. Floridian and Casper going to get naked. And it's going to be an 11-9 scoreline. And Revenge Nation have turned a lifeline into a rope, into a ladder, and have escaped the hole. It is a 2-round lead for CCG Esports. And now, with them getting out of the hole, however, has their stamina and energy been used up trying to escape the hole? Or do they have one last gasp left to not only try tying this, but taking over the lead in this game? Round number 21 up next.
Holy... Okay, that was some magic, I just want to say. That was some absolute magic. But yeah, I'll try to analyze a little bit. I'll try to even equalize your magic with my analyzing.
Analyze that gorgeous slate skin right there. My goodness.
Yeah, that's a nice one. That's a really good one. I'm gonna have to say, CCG here, they seem worse. They seem worse than Revenge Nation was earlier on that CT side. Yeah, they got one round here on CT, but it was off the back of an incredible solo play. That wasn't something that we saw at all from Revenge Nation. Every single round that they won, it was all off the back of them working together as a team. Even though it was only 2, both of those rounds were off the back of that. Yes, the CCG have to find one more, but they seem weak. They seem like they need to adapt a bit more to this Revenge Nation side in order for them to get that one round. This is the round where they need to do it. This is the round where they bought into it. An AWP in hand, and almost everyone has rifles. Only one of them has an MP9. That's actually an interesting choice, because that AWP could have gone for half shields.
Rip did do a decent amount of damage there. Casper gets taken out. This has been precision here from the side of Revenge Nation. One falling to the Molotov. There is a lot of damage done to these players. Ornate, though, on full HP. And the save's already been called. 11-10. This was a 10-2 score line at the half. It's now 11-10.
For you. Welcome to another. That reminds me of the Phase voice come where Rain said, "Welcome to Phase, motherfuckers." Oh,
I thought of "Welcome to the Jungle," but that's beside. But so we each had something there. And Chilla's hanging out. Maybe gonna go. Oh no, he's looking at those beans over there. Maybe he wants to have a little late game snack. Why are there beans on this map, by the way? Can someone please tell me why there are just sacks of beans in this map? Of all the things that they put, it's beans.
aren't beans made in Egypt, or aren't some beans made in Egypt? This seems like it would be Egypt, to be honest.
I have no
To me.
idea.
And I feel like beans are made there. Or I feel like some beans will be made there. I'm not
It's
quite sure, to be
possible.
honest, what beans are made. I feel like they could be made over
Beans!
there. I'm just saying something. But the
He's
beans.
trying, Chad. He's trying. 11 to 10. Now is where things start to get really serious for CCG Esports. They used 2 of their 3 timeouts already in this game. Unless they've dropped it to 2 timeouts. But 2 timeouts have been taken. We have yet to see a timeout taken from Revenge Nation, I believe. Now, what do you do if you're Revenge Nation? You've had success at both bomb sites. What do you do?
I don't know.
Do you try for a pick? Do you try continuing this A site pressure, which has worked out for you several rounds already on this T side?
The only difference is, though, this is going to be an A-side hit without anyone going for it.
Yeah, full A side from A main. 2-6 is going to go and catch Trip, not Corin. Completely trapped in the Molotov. Corin has no choice. He has to get out. Trying to play heaven, trying to make something happen. Bombs going down. Corin just gets taken out by 2-6. And now Jay Casper evens up the odds at 3-3. Jay Casper up towards heaven. 2 players coming in from A main stairs. Or Nate Rope over towards A main. Karn CS takes out Chinchilla. It's now a man advantage for Revenge Nation. Karn CS double kill for them. Wants the triple. Casper spotted. Casper's gonna try getting away with the ops. And Karn CS with a triple. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie game here on Anubis. Again, if you're just joining, I am WXFan21, TW on co-casting, AppCon on the producing, and this was a 10-2 scoreline at the half in favor of CCG. And now it's a tie game, 11-11. As we have said so many times, this is a heavy T-sided map, and you see why. There is just so much to do when you know your nades, you know your lineups. The flashes from both of these teams on their T-sides have been immaculate. And now it's 11-11. I don't even think that really tells the story of what we've seen in this game. The miraculous comeback from Revenge Nation to climb out of the Grand Canyon-sized hole that they dug at the end of the first half. Like I said, they turned a miracle they turned something into a rope, into a ladder. They closed the gap, they got out, and had a last shot of adrenaline. We have an 11-11 scoreline. And now it is up to CCG to try bringing this to the first team to reach 12. Will we see a 13-11? Will we see overtime? It's one of the outcomes. Bad speed site executed here. Florian and two opening kills. But it's MST and Karn CS yet again to try and manage evidence.
Hold up.
Jay Casper from the connector position will go and finally change the CCG Esports team's hopes here on their CT side. Surely Moose flies to the 1v3. No way you win this with an AWP.
There's just no way, though, that he does it on this round. The penultimate round for someone to guarantee match point. And Jay Casper just takes him down. Oh my god, the AWP isn't even going to be taken. Interesting
Moose flies, that was all.
Casper. Wow.
Moose flies, I was setting you up for an epic 1v3 if you somehow pulled that off.
But beautiful, 12-11. That's the round that CCG needed. Though, I will say, I think that that fast 5-man execute through B, probably not Revenge Nation's greatest idea.
Yeah, definitely.
But also try changing things up. Like, they have been playing these very slow, methodical rounds that have been working for them. And changing up the pace, it was just Florian and Chinchilla. They were ready for it. Casper knows there's one there and spots the op barrel. And that's information given to his teammates.
That's such a tease for Casper though. He sees the barrel, but he knows that one step more where he can see it, so that he can see the enemy, he's just gonna die if he does try and now a little bit of proactive play towards middle. We immediately see a complete different Revenge Nation side. Whereas earlier we saw them play very heavy as a team, and a lot of them try to go for picks again. And now it's kind of split up. We see 2 men towards mid, 2 towards A, and now the last one is starting to go towards A. Corin is there with the first. There's a second one moving around, but that Molly's gonna block him off. Khan drops down, and now it's seeming like A is gonna be the last hope for Revenge Nation, and I feel like CCG might be treading into the Lions then. Khan's push over here might just give some false hope. It might just cause someone to rotate over if it comes in time. 30 seconds left on the clock. Khan has to spot it out.
Great angle.
Yeah, LDA side has to be taken. With 20 seconds left, Khan is starting to move over, and all of these TT players towards A. Casper is there holding the line. Trick finds one as well. The orb of Moosefly only finds one. 10 seconds left on the clock. There's going to be no time for the fuse. For the plan. Moosefly goes for it, and then Corin takes it down with a double kill.
Unbelievable. Jay Casper absolutely saving things there for his team with just you go back to Jay Casper's double kill there. I mean the triple kill on 2 HP. You go back to that. You go back to what he was able to pull off there in round number 23. Just absolutely beautiful, absolute precision. We're gonna go to a break. Give us about 2 minutes. When we return, we will have an interview with one of the CCG esports players. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, CCG esports fans. We were able to grab one of the amazing players in that game before they headed off for the night for, fun and escapades or whatever it is that they're doing. By none other than Trip. Trip, welcome, and Cheese. Congrats on the win, and why you make us all sweat like that?
We gotta have a little culture around here. Gotta build a little, but no, we didn't want to either.
If that's the way you want to describe how that went.
No, it wasn't pretty, but we got it done. Got it through.
Oh, that was well done. TW, I'll send it to you first. Start us off.
Yeah, Trip, that was a really close one, and we saw a change in your roster. I think it was Jay Casper being the change in your roster. How did it feel playing with Jay Casper, and how did it feel having him kind of be the decider, especially in the CT in the end with the CT rounds, just being with him being able to close it off in some of those rounds?
Well, I think I'll take your first question. Obviously, we subbed with him a bunch last season. He's a very good player. He's an opera. He slotted in right after Mo went back to Saudi Arabia. So, it was pretty easy transition in that sense. And then, obviously, you guys all saw it. He closed it out for us that game and kind of held us through it with Corin. So, he was very good and made the game a lot easier. The rest of us could not close it out for him, though. So we let him down a little bit in that department. And then, he pulled through at the end. Did some main integration, then tucked back sight, and I rotated back and baited for him as well as I could, and we got it through.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say you all let him down. I think it was just a team effort that you all did really, really well. And TW and I kept saying this on the cast is right now the current meta and the way Anubis is playing, it is an extremely T-sided map. Heck, this map is more T-sided than how heavy CT-sided Ancient was playing when it was first introduced. Right? It was the complete opposite. So take us through, because I don't want to make this all about Jay Casper, but I'm going to make this about Jay Casper. Can you walk us through, it was your, I forget what it was. He had 2 HP. I think it was your T side. He was trying to hold off defenders from B long, and he gets a triple kill. I was losing it. I hope I didn't wake my wife up for that, because I think I might have woken her up with one of the other later casts, but walk us through that as a team.
I mean, I don't know if the word's lucky enough, but I was lucky enough to be dead in that round, so I was watching him, and he gets the first one through. I'm like, all right, Cam's flank or Floridian's flanking. We have decent positions. We can rotate in, maybe close this out. They'll take their time clearing out the site with how close he's playing. They'll think another defender's there, and the next guy swings and he kills him, and the opera swings him and he misses the op shot, and I'm like, I think it's done, and he headshots the opera. We go next. I was like, all right, whatever. Like, that's how we have to get him through. We got some rounds to play with if that's what they're gonna look like.
Yeah, it was wonderful. TW, you want to walk us through what the heck happened there in round 20? Sorry, 23. This fortunes to start changing.
Round 23. Which one was that?
Counter Strike happened.
Which one was that again? That was the very last one, right?
That was another Jay Casper decided to drag everyone out and bring up to 12.
Yeah,
I think.
exactly.
I think it was Casper.
Yeah,
Wasn't it, Trip?
It was Casper or Corn. I'm not sure, but it was one of. I don't remember it off the top of my head. I'm the last round's fresh in my mind, and that's about it. So I'm not too sure about that one.
Yeah, it's always the same with me as well.
The last round, there wasn't much to talk about. That was just they fell apart. They really fell apart. And TW saw it about 20 seconds into the round when he was looking at where one of Revenge Nation, where he's like, they are not playing at all the way they were playing this entire half, or however he was on the call. So, TW, what else you got for Trip?
Well, I don't really have anything else for Trip. I feel like I'm ready to let Trip off the leash for today.
Sounds like a plan to me. Trip, anything else you want to say to your, hundreds of millions of adoring fans out there with their Trip jerseys?
Jay Goat.
Jay Goat, there you go. All right, well, Trip, thank you for joining us here for a post-game interview. Our amazing producer, Apcon, has another slide for us, so let's send it on over there as CCG Esports defeat Revenge Nation 13-11. It's an MVP slide here. And that's going to go to Corin. 26, 13, and 5. An amazing stat line. I really think there's definitely co-MVPs. It's Corin and Jay Casper, in my opinion. But Corin, what an amazing stat line for him. He definitely held rounds together. We had Jay Casper holding rounds together. So Corin gets the CCG Esports MVP. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. Make sure you tune back tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, I believe is the current time, where it's going to be CCG Esports versus another opponent. You're going to have to stay tuned for that. For TW, for AppCon, I'm WXFan21. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night.